Okay. It's been a bit since I've spoken to you guys. Had a little bit of a rough week with being a special needs mom, meaning my bumpkin has not been feeling her very best. So I've been pretty much focusing on her, making sure she's okay. If you can't tell, she's still having issues with her nose and a lot of mucus problems. I've had to do major asthma treatment on her, asthma inhaler. She's had to have the nebulizer, so it's been rough. Very rough. So, things have been kind of rough, especially with the war. Well, it's not a war yet, but things going on with Iran. It's been very, very rough. Had to run to the safe place several times with my children and make sure that they were safe. Waking up during the middle of the night, get Ariel in her wheelchair as fast as we can and run to the safe place so that not well, if the Iron Dome and our troops don't take them down, that we're at least safe, kind of, not from the ballistic missiles being fired at us from Iran. I'm glad that the Ayatollah is gone. And, you take out his son if he becomes Ayatollah too. So, yeah. But, lots been going on, and that's why I haven't been on here. Very exhausting. And I mean very exhausting. Especially since, when the month of Ramadan comes along, the pharmacies get really, really bad here. So getting the medical supplies for Ariel has become almost impossible. She's been off her amlodipine for an entire week because of this. And we are literally down to 6 Coloplast catheters, which help her pee, because she doesn't have the ability to properly pee and empty her bladder. So I have to do it, or my daughter has to do it, depending on if I get a break or not. But it's mostly me, and so that's the fun of it, collecting my daughter's urine when we diaper her. But Milana was able to pick up catheters at the pharmacy today after us going repetitive times to the pharmacy and trying to get them to order everything that's necessary, and going back and reordering, and then going back and ordering again, and then I returned to order it again, and still no results. There's still the fact that her Mickey button, which is the feeding tube that goes into her stomach, the Mickey button, we've had to resize it several times because Munchkin's, going to be 18 tomorrow night on her Hebrew birthday. She's Adar 2/18, the second month of Adar, so it reverts back to the regular month of Adar when there's no leap year. So tomorrow night is her Hebrew birthday, and we're kind of excited about that, but she's going to be 18. 18? 18, yes. Little Miss is excited about being 18. Yeah. You'll be 18, aren't you? Yeah. Look at that smile. Oh, that smile is to die for. Isn't she beautiful? Aren't you beautiful, Pumpkin? Yeah, you're beautiful. You're gonna be 18. Yeah, you weren't supposed to make it, and here you are, kiss. Yeah, I'm so proud. We have defied all the doctor's odds. I'm so proud. But anyway, so much going on, as I've said. I just lost my train of thought because I am so tired from being up during the night to catheter her, getting up for the the air raid siren saying that we're getting fired at by Iranians. Well, no, not the Iranians. The Iranians, we are behind you. We've got you back. It's the Revolutionary Guard and the Supreme Ayatollah that we want to help you defeat. We're behind you, Iranians. We got your back. Proud American Israeli here. Proud. We've got two of the best militaries in the world. And I'm so proud of that. I'm so proud of that. But it's been a lot to take. The debris, the shockwave, the loud booms, been a lot to take. Balana and I can handle breathing that stuff. But Ariel, I mean, if you look at her nose, you can see how bad it is. I mean, really bad. And that's just a lot. Because I don't want anything happening to my munchkin, especially since she's in stage 4 kidney failure, but the nephrologist said the most beautiful words, and I don't remember if I told you them or not, but the nephrologist said, I can't promise you 120, but I can give you a decade. Meaning that the meds are working if we can get them from the freaking pharmacy, and the treatments that we do at home on her are working, and that's really, really good because it's extending what's left of her kidney function, and he is going to use up the very last of her kidneys before he does the dialysis, because he's been talking to us about finally getting dialysis, which is huge because the previous nephrologist, Dr. Doom and Gloom, who got off on making sure she wiped the smirks off of, or the smiles off of parents' faces by making sure that the parent believed their child was going to pass away within the next few months. Dr. Doom and Gloom made sure I left in tears. She made sure of that. She made sure that I believed Ariel would die within a few months. She made sure of that. Oh, it was like she totally got off on that. But the new nephrologist, which is, I'm glad that she is gone and he is taken over. The new nephrologist is making it so that we can get dialysis, which is a huge, huge thing. Because we got the option of going to the hospital for dialysis or doing the dialysis at home. And I think Belani and I are going to do the dialysis at home because Ari responds best when we're working with her at home, but she flips out at the hospital. I mean, she goes nuts. She is as feisty as her mother, aren't you? Take your hair out of your mouth. Thank you. Um, she gets really feisty, and it's a real strong workout trying to make sure that she gets what she needs when she is at the day clinic at the hospital. So doing the dialysis at home, I think, will be the safest and best bet so that Ariel is more comfortable and feels safer with mom and Sissy. You know, used to doing medical care at home. I'm used to running a triage here. I'm used to it. It doesn't faze me one bit. I could use some sleep though. That's a totally different story. Um, so Dr. Doom and Gloom's gone. We've got really awesome nephrologist now giving me peace of mind knowing that things are going to be okay with her. And, getting the dialysis at home, hopefully. And then when there's nothing left of the kidney, possibly one of her two siblings, one of your two siblings will donate their kidney to you because they're both of age, and there is no doubt in my mind that they both match because Belani, Ariel, and I are all A positive, and we don't know about my son. But if my son's not A positive, he's O positive because my ex is O positive. So that means that my son will be a match. Period. So we're good. I know that we're good on that. So down the road, one of the two will donate to Ari, and we'll be okay. We'll definitely be okay. You happy you're gonna be okay, Ari Bear? Yeah. Mama is too. Can you say hi to everybody? Hi, Abyss. Hi. How are you, Abyss? Okay, we got a beautiful smile. I love that smile. Yeah, I do. And you still sound like you're having problems with that nostril of yours. Mm-hmm. And you sound like you're having problems with breathing. Yeah. But we're excited about tomorrow night. Right, baby? Tomorrow night, I'm gonna be 18. Can't believe it. She's gonna be 18. Yeah. Oh. You see my Captain Janeway from Star Trek Voyager in the background? My Balana painted that for me. I think she did a pretty good job. But my Balana painted that for me. Very proud of her. Very, very proud of her for that. Mm-hmm. Mm. Trying to think. Oh. thank you, President Trump, for forcing forcing Israel to strike with this and do this for us so that we're safe. I know you had intelligence that we didn't have, and you said that Iran was ready to strike first. So thank you. Thank you very much, President Trump, for that. I'm like really grateful for that, President Trump. I know I'm talking to the abyss. I know you're not going to hear me say that, but I'm still grateful. Actually, that was pretty funny. Today, I was watching Graham Allen's show here on Rumble, which, by the way, I am definitely a part of the Dear America family. Very proud of the Dear America family. But I was watching Graham Allen's show, and the Savadom, the air raid, the air raid siren went off here in Jerusalem, and so while I was watching it, I had to rush Ariel in her wheelchair to the safe place and finish watching it, and while we were in the safe room. But I am so grateful because we were safe. Kind of. Well, how safe can you really be with these ballistic missiles? I mean, the videos I've seen of them, the aftershocks destroying our buildings. Yeah. I can't grasp all these paid protesters protesting this. I can't grasp it. If you're on the side of good, it's like sometimes your mind just cannot grasp the evil that comes from this world. And thanks to the hell I've been through as a child, I know I've talked about it, but my brother, repeat offender, rapist, he's got me pro death penalty because if he had been placed on the death penalty or death row after the sexual abuse he did to my sisters and I, and all the sex abuse that he did in Gladstone, then all those women in California, the 3 strikes you're outlaw would not have ended up with him in prison. And then he would not have come back to Oregon just to end up back in prison for attempted murder of my father. So, because of him, I am pro death penalty. And that's a very sad statement for a sister to say. But looking around, anybody who rapes or is a pedophile, anybody who is a murderer, anybody who is a terrorist forfeits their basic human rights, and they deserve the death penalty because they forfeit their basic human rights. If they're willing to destroy another person, then they don't deserve to live. And I may have people hating me for that, but I don't care. This is the fact. When you harm others in such a devastating way, you forfeit your basic human rights. You forfeit your right to life. Just like my brother. Anyway, to a different subject. I know I'm very, very firm on that. I'm very, very firm on my beliefs because of my brother. And I may seem hard-hearted, but he didn't care when he was harming me, and I was 7 when he started in on me. He didn't care. He didn't care about what he was doing to me. He didn't care. Just like rapists don't care what they're doing to the people they harm. Just like murderers don't care who it affects. And just like terrorists don't care. You gonna hurt somebody? That's extreme? You forfeit your basic human rights. You forfeit them. Yeah, I'm for waterboarding. Totally for that. Totally for, you know, stuff like that. Because you forfeited your basic human rights. Go ahead. Get all the information, all the intel you possibly can. Get everything you need intel-wise. And then put them on death row. Execute them. We don't need that trash in this world. We don't need that. We don't need that. No. I didn't mean for me to vent so much about this when it was supposed to be just me randomly talking. And I know the abyss doesn't hear what I have to say, but it's the abyss. I don't get paid attention to. I don't get listened to. I get totally ignored, even though my instincts usually are right on. Totally right on. So, whatever. To each his own. I think I'm just sheerly exhausted from the triage that I run from home, and then the rudeness of terrorists wanting to wipe Israel off the planet. And, I am like a proud American Israeli, and I love both my countries, but I really wish that I hadn't been used as human collateral, because then I could get my children to America where it's safer. But because I was used as human collateral, my children and I were used as human collateral. I can't leave this country, and I love this country, but I don't want to be here when we're being freaking rocketed on a regular basis. I'd rather be here when it's completely peaceful. I was enjoying the few months we had after Operation Midnight Hammer. It was nice and peaceful, not having all of those rocket attacks and all that. It was nice. That no, I don't want my children in harm's way. I would love to go back to America for a while and be safe. I don't like this running to the safe room, running to make sure that my children get in the safe room. It's not easy getting a child who weighs like 90 pounds into a wheelchair when you're half asleep and rushing to a safe place with her, making sure that her feeding tube doesn't get caught in the wheels or anything. That's not easy. Being concerned about Um, sorry, Homefront Command just messaged something, so I got lost. It's not easy. Getting a 90-pound child into her wheelchair, making sure that her feeding tube does not get caught, and rushing her to a safe place. It's not easy to time the catheterizations between the rocket attacks to make sure that she's not being cathetered and peeing, and we have to pick her up with the catheter and the bag and run to the safe room. That's not easy. And it's not easy doing like asthma treatment on her or using the nebulizer and having to rush to the safe room. It's not easy. I mean, Israel and America have the most honorable military. We notify civilians. We give them plenty of warnings. We put out plenty of flyers that you need to evacuate before we fire on these evil people. We make sure that we do the least amount of civilian damage as possible, especially with them using their women and children as human shields. Using schools to hide weapons, using hospitals to hide weapons. But they are just out to annihilate the Western civilian side. They're out to annihilate the Western freedom. They're out to annihilate. They don't care who they shoot at. They don't care. They don't care who they shoot at. They don't care. They don't care that the nose is bloodied from breathing the... Sorry, I didn't mean to move my hand so fast. Breathing in the dust and debris from their freaking rocket attacks. They don't care. And what's really sad is all these paid protesters, all these people who are brainwashed about, freeing, the Palestinians should be free them from Hamas. Free them from the terrorists. The Israelis are not your enemy. Israel is not the bad guys. And all these paid protesters out there are just so brainwashed. It's not okay. It's just not okay. This is a war of good and evil, and those protesting are on the side of evil. Just like in America, them protesting ICE. Go ICE. I'm so proud of you, ICE. Stay safe, ICE. I'm so proud of you, ICE. You have me backing you. You have me praying for you. Get those rapists and druggies, terrorists, back to their country. Get them out of America. Make it safe. Why? Because my son is in America. My brother is in America. And I don't want either one of them harmed. I don't want anybody like that harmed. I want to make sure they're safe. I'm going to make sure they're safe. That's my ultimate goal. And I am so glad that ICE is getting rid of these Venezuela, what is it? Something gang, M13 gang members Get them out of America. Send them back to Venezuela. By the way, thank you, President Trump, for, arresting the Venezuelan dictator. Thank you. I'm like so proud to be an American because you, President Trump, are doing exactly what I hired you to do. I'm so proud of that. Thank you. Thank you so much, President Trump. Anyway, MS-13 gang members. You see what being tired does to you? Makes your mind go blank, and you can't think of what you're trying to say. Abyss, if you're watching this, can you wish Miss Ariel a happy 18th birthday, please? A happy 18th birthday from my pumpkin boo. Yeah, wish her a happy birthday. I can't believe that my youngest daughter is going to be 18 tomorrow on her Hebrew birthday. And then her secular birthday, which, is on the Gregorian calendar. Most of you, March 25th. And this is what the world celebrates, or what the world goes by as the Gregorian calendar. So March 25th will be in the world's eye view that she will be 18. But we're Jewish, and we celebrate both birthdays. We celebrate them both. So I'm going to leave it on a good note with a happy birthday, Miss Ariel. Happy birthday. We're so proud of you. You've defied all the odds from the doctors. You've defied them. You weren't supposed to make it this long, and here you did. You have almost died 8 times, and here you are still kicking tuchus. I'm so proud of that. I'm so proud of that. Can you blow kisses to the abyss? Mwah. 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 Bye-bye.